Warning, the following content may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. November 2004, off the coast of San Diego. A training exercise has begun. The USS Nimitz Supercarrier, the largest aircraft carrier in the world, designed for one purpose: to infiltrate and annihilate enemy forces.
The Nimitz is one of the largest ships we have in the US Navy. It's so big, it has enough firepower to basically take over the entire country. Add to that the Nimitz is always accompanied by smaller ships of all shapes and sizes. You're talking about a flotilla.
Housing over 6,000 soldiers, the Nimitz can launch one of its 90 deadly warplanes every 20 seconds. This is the US Navy at its most extreme. No one and no thing would dare cross its path. Until November 14th. A blip appears on the radar. An unknown object crosses the screen, pushing speeds at over 3,000 miles per hour. Radar operators assume it's a technical malfunction. But then, another object appears. And another. And another. The Nimitz goes into high alert. Not only are these foreign objects appearing near a Navy aircraft carrier, but they're also invading United States airspace. 2 F-18 fighters are deployed, led by Top Gun Navy pilot Commander David Fravor. With over 16 years flight experience and over 3,500 flight hours, Fravor had more qualifications than any other pilot in the United States at the time.
So we were running training exercises before our deployment to Iraq, when we got the call about these foreign objects. So I ordered my guys to suit up and go check it out. But we never could have expected what we were about to see.
Flying high above the ocean surface, the F-18s intercept the location of contact, 180 miles west of the San Diego coastline. When Commander Fravor reaches the contact point, he looks out of his cockpit window and is astonished at what he sees below. A craft hovers above the ocean surface, floating in midair. It has no exhaust, no wings or rotors, and no apparent means of mechanical lift. Fravor described the craft as an elongated egg or tic-tac shaped craft, unlike anything in the U.S. Armada.
See, the craft didn't have any flight surfaces on it. There was no wings, no tail, no jet engine. It was just solid and white. And it hovered like a helicopter, except there was no rotor wash on the surface of the water.
And if the presence of the craft wasn't strange enough, what happens next defies all known physical laws. The craft began moving at instantaneous speeds, starting and stopping without any acceleration or deceleration. Commander Fravor said it looked like a ping pong ball scanning across the water, and that the G-forces of such maneuvers should have been enough to destroy the craft itself, or at least instantly kill any human occupants inside.
When we're dealing with advanced technology, we're in the realm of the unknown. We don't actually know what it is that's animating the craft. We don't know how it's moving. It's beyond the realm of our physics and our understanding of how physics work. Therefore, when we're thinking about things like G-force, to us, it makes sense that it doesn't make sense. But when we traverse into that unknown territory, we have to start asking more questions about what we think we know.
At this point, all I could think about was, I want to get a better look at this thing.
Fravor pilots within a half mile of the craft and chases it throughout the sky. And once he locked on, his heat-activated camera picked up this extraordinary footage.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
Commander Fravor and his co-pilot converse over their private communication line.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. My gosh.
The seasoned pilots are completely baffled by the craft's speed, lack of heat exhaust, and impossible maneuverability. Then, something amazing happens.
Look at that thing.
The craft begins rotating on its side.
It's rotating.
The pilots are shocked. It becomes clear to these professional pilots that what they're witnessing is not of this world.
My gosh.
I've never seen anything move like that. I mean, it had no exhaust. Every aircraft has exhaust. Even drones have contrails that you can see on the FLIR feed. There was nothing coming out of this to make it move. I've seen every aircraft on Earth. And this thing was not from Earth.
You can believe that there's other life out there, and you can believe that it's coming here to visit, but it's much different than when you actually are staring at it, because your entire worldview is shattered. This thing shows up out of nowhere. That's not part of your current reality. You can't deny it. It is there.
When the footage was released in 2017 by the Pentagon, the military classified the object as an AAV, an anomalous aerial vehicle, the new military term for UFO. But this wasn't the first sighting. Over the following 2-week period, the Nimitz continued to spot hundreds of craft, and new footage kept rolling in.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. Look at that, man. Look at it fly.
Why is it that even people in our military who are fighter pilots with 17 years experience, they don't know what advanced technology is being used?
Within days, internet commenters suggested the video might be the work of clever CGI artists or an elaborate hoax. But the nature of the footage and its release suggests otherwise.
Let's say, could it be a fake? Let's say yes. Okay, it's a fake. If it is something like CGI, then you have to consider that means that every single pilot involved is in on the fake. The people on the Nimitz are also in on the fake. People at the Pentagon who authorized this to be released are in on the fake. Either way, this is a monumental story because you're talking about either this is aliens visiting us with tech that we can't imagine, or this is a fake from the government that somehow has some extraordinary agenda going forward to make us believe in alien life.
To this day, the Pentagon has no explanation for the event, and the military's executive report assesses that the anomalous aerial vehicle was no known aircraft or air vehicle currently in the inventory of the United States or any foreign nation.
This is an extraordinary event, and taken in context with the eyewitness testimony of the pilot flying the jet chasing this thing, and the radar data from the ship itself tracking this thing, you've got not only an image, but radar data, and the pilot giving his personal testimony. You've got 3 different triangulations that this is something not from Earth.
Could the Tic Tac craft be evidence of extraterrestrial contact with our own military? Are the purposes of its occupants peaceful, or are they possibly a threat to national or even global security? Perhaps an explanation can be found from more extraordinary footage captured by everyday civilians recording UFO contact on a commercial airliner.